I made $12,000 for doing Hustle and Flow.
You're looking at it and you're saying that everything that's wrong with our culture is why I'm a success.
Wow.
50 Cent has taken it upon himself to make things right, financially, for Terrence Howard, after the acclaimed actor made headlines for revealing his pittance of a salary for the Oscar-winning film Hustle and Flow. Back in November, Howard claimed he'd been paid a meager $12,000 for the role, for which he was nominated for Best Actor at the 78th Academy Awards and also rapped on the soundtrack.
I made $12,000 for doing Hustle and Flow.
Howard also revealed that he'd not received royalties from the songs he'd sung. What Paramount did, instead of putting my name as Terrence Howard performing the songs, they put performed by Jay. Well, they own Jay, he said to Reg News Channel 3, referring to his character in the film. So now I've got to sue Paramount or send them a letter to say, hey, you guys owe me about 20 years worth of residuals and performance royalties. 50 Cent, however, caught wind of Howard's interview and took to X on February 15th to vow to make things right. This ish hurt my stomach to hear Terrence Howard say this. F them, the G-Unit head honcho said. I need the best actors and I'm gonna pay them. Taraji P. Henson, you cool with Mary J. Blige, ask her. She got a big effing bag. GLG Greenlight Gang, my young boys Michael Rainey Jr., Makai Curtis, Lil Meech are all making millions. This isn't the first time that 50 Cent has gone to bat for Terrence Howard in his ongoing quest to get the money he's owed. Late last year, Howard sued the Creative Arts Agency for breach of fiduciary duty, saying the talent agency allegedly asked him to take a lower salary for the popular show. Howard played music mogul Lucius Lyon for 6 seasons of the Fox drama, produced by Imagine Entertainment, and what was then 20th Century Fox TV. CAA also represented the producers of Empire in a package deal that was lucrative for the agency, he said. As such, Howard's legal strategy asserts, the agency did not act in his best interest by pushing for a higher salary because it had a profit participation stake through its package. So CAA had an interest in maximizing the total profit that 20th TV realized on the series. Since 2020, the practice of talent agencies receiving packaging fees on TV series was essentially banned after the Writers Guild of America waged a nearly 2-year battle against the Hollywood's largest agencies to reform the decades-old practice. The complaint asserted that Howard was mostly in the dark about CAA's packaging fee. It notes that Howard was paid less than Mad Men star Jon Hamm and Kevin Spacey during his run on Netflix's House of Cards, despite the fact that Empire had significantly more viewership than those shows. The complaint also faults CAA for representing Empire co-creators and executive producers Lee Daniels and Danny Strong, as well as Howard and other actors on the series. The complaint does not cite a specific dollar amount for damages, but it does seek compensatory and punitive damages. Not only did it become abundantly clear that his agents led him on a path to rely on information that was misleading, he discovered that this was the result of the fact that CAA was not acting in his best interest, but in interest of their own financial benefit, as well as the interest of the production companies and the producers, Daniels and Strong, the complaint stated. Under normal circumstances, had CAA not been the packaging agent, and had CAA not been concurrently representing the production companies, where their sole financial interest would have been the 10% fee from the compensation received by Howard, they would have most certainly fought for Howard in a manner that most producers are accustomed to seeing CAA agents engage in. Meanwhile, 50 Cent, who has signed a production deal with Fox, commented on the lawsuit on social media on January 4th, offering to use his influence in the industry to help Howard. Damn, Terrence Howard, call my phone, I will get you the money they was supposed to get for you, he wrote on Instagram. I'm not playing no games over here. The two worked together in 2005 on 50's acting debut, the semi-autobiographical Get Rich or Die Tryin', named after the rapper's blockbuster debut album. Now, fans are worried that Hollywood might be lowballing Terrence Howard because of the stands he has been taking against the industry. For starters, Cat Williams has been speaking out for years on how Hollywood is trying to emasculate black actors by having them wear dresses. Well, Terrence seems to agree with him on that one. In fact, word on the street is that Hollywood labeled Terrence as difficult to work with, simply because he declined a role requiring him to wear a dress. Terrence, however, is fed up with being blacklisted by the industry. He recently revealed that he's considering quitting acting altogether because Hollywood's agenda has left him feeling disenchanted. You've probably heard the buzz about Cat Williams stirring up talk again about how Hollywood treats black actors. There's this whole thing about them supposedly being pushed to wear dresses on screen before they hit the big time. Now, some say Terrence Howard got sidelined because he refused to play along with that. Now, we all know Terrence Howard's past isn't squeaky clean in Hollywood. His personal life is a mess, and that's partly why he's been out of the spotlight for a while. He's been called out for being toxic in his relationships and making some pretty controversial remarks about women. His history with DV first hit the headlines in 2001 when he was arrested for assaulting his ex-wife, Lori. Court documents reveal that Terrence broke down Lori's front door and hit her twice after a heated argument over the phone. But his violent behavior didn't stop there. When he tied the knot again in 2010 with Michelle Gent, things got messy real quick. Just a year into their marriage, Michelle accused Terrence of DV and filed a restraining order against him. Terrence denied the allegations, despite Michelle showing up to court with a nasty black eye. During a 2015 cover story for Rolling Stone, Terrence addressed the accusations made by both Lori and Michelle. Regarding Lori, he admitted, "She was talking to me real strong, and I lost my mind and slapped her in front of the kids." As for Michelle, he claimed, "She was trying to mace me, and you can't see anything, so all you can do is try to beat somebody away, and I think that something caught her, but I wasn't trying to hit her." Despite Terrence's troubling past, some still take him seriously because of his acting chops. Back in the early 2000s, he was on track to be a top leading man, especially after winning an Oscar for Crash. Then, in 2008, he rocked up in Iron Man as Rhodey and was raking in big bucks, even though he had other gigs going on. But in 2010, Don Cheadle took over as Rhodey in the sequel. Rumor has it Terrence was offered a lot less money for Iron Man 2, but we don't know for sure if he turned it down or if Marvel just moved on without him. Entertainment Weekly spilled some tea back then, suggesting Terrence might have been difficult to work with on set. But Terrence hit back, saying he was unfairly labeled as the angry black man, especially after he started calling out Hollywood's supposed agenda to feminize black men. This whole idea of Hollywood trying to make black men seem more feminine isn't new. Lots of black comedians and actors have talked about it before. Take Eddie Griffin, for example. He's one of the original voices speaking out against Hollywood's habit of making black actors and comedians wear dresses in movies. Eddie spilled the beans about this back in 1999 in his comedy Foolish, where he not only starred but also wrote the whole script. In Foolish, Eddie plays the role of Miles Foolishways, a comedian trying to make it big in Hollywood. And here's the thing, there's this scene that everyone remembers, where the big shots at the studio try to convince Foolish to wear a dress for a role by saying that all the top stars have done it.
Y'all want me to wear a dress?
Foolish, this isn't a throwaway role. You'll be carrying the emotional energy of the movie.
All we're asking you to do is to take the script home, read it, and make a decision. There's a lot of money involved.
We're talking a major motion picture here, Foolish.
Another comedian who has spoken on Hollywood's agenda to emasculate black male actors is Dave Chappelle. In 2006, Chappelle had an interview with Oprah where he tore into black male comics who cross-dress. I connect dots that maybe shouldn't be connected, but certain dots, like when I see they put every black man in the movies in a dress at some point in their career, I am connecting the dots and I'm like, why these brothers got to wear a dress, he said. Chappelle went on to describe an incident in which, while working on a Martin Lawrence movie, he was told by the writer to put on a dress and portray a female prostitute. After refusing, he was pressured by the director and producers, but was let off the hook. "I am funnier than a dress. I don't need no dress to be funny," Chappelle said, adding later, "All the comics I've seen, they put us in these dresses." It's hard to miss Dave Chappelle's observation. These days, it's more common to see a black man wearing a dress in movies than a white man. Apart from Tyler Perry, who has already tackled cross-dressing in Medea, many black comedians have taken on roles involving dresses in films or TV shows over the past decades. Sean and Marlon Wayans stand out with their iconic portrayal in White Chicks, where they not only wore dresses but also tackled white characters. Then there's Martin Lawrence, known for his hilarious performance in the Big Mama's House movies, where he posed as a chubby elderly woman. The success of these films, grossing $117 million domestically for the first and $65 million for the second, speaks volumes. And let's not forget Lawrence's earlier work on the TV show Martin, where he effortlessly portrayed a range of male and female characters, including the unforgettable Shanae. Eddie Murphy also left his mark, taking on 8 roles, including 2 female ones, in the Nutty Professor films. Combined, these movies raked in an impressive $251 million at the box office. Meanwhile, Cedric the Entertainer showcased his comedic versatility on Cedric the Entertainer Presents, where he effortlessly slipped into various roles, including the sassy cafeteria lady dispensing unsolicited advice. Then there's Miguel A. Nunez Jr., who took on the role of a washed-up college basketball player pretending to be a woman in Juana Man. And who could forget Jamie Foxx's earlier days before his Oscar win, when he delivered gut-busting performances performances as the seductress Wanda in Living Color. Wanda's infamous line, "I'm gonna rock your world," remains etched in our memories. In the realm of comedy, it seems, the boundaries are constantly pushed, and these talented individuals have fearlessly embraced roles that challenge societal norms and expectations. Anyway, when Kevin Hart was asked to comment on Dave's story, he simply shrugged it off, insisting that such a thing had never happened to him. He adamantly stated that he would never put on a dress. "You have to have boundaries. You have to have limits that you refuse to cross," he emphasized. Yet just a few years later, Kevin found himself in an SNL sketch wearing a dress, a move that would prove to be a game changer for his career. Suddenly, Kevin's popularity and success skyrocketed, allegedly all thanks to that stint in a dress on SNL. But the dress saga doesn't end there. Cat Williams jumped into the mix, claiming that the whole dress ordeal is tied to whether you choose to dance with the Illuminati or not.
Kevin doesn't have to worry about what people are going to say about him wearing a dress because of the long line of dress-wearing people before him. And why are we picking on poor little Kevin Hart? Because it was his turn next.
Okay.
Some of us are against the Illuminati, and we are against the Illuminati at our own detriment.
Back then, most folks brushed off Cat's words as some wild conspiracy theory. Fast forward to today, and people are revisiting his words, saying there might be some truth to what he was throwing out there. So during Cat's recent appearance on Club Shay Shay, Shannon Sharpe asked him about Dave Chappelle walking away from a massive $50 million deal shortly before he revealed the whole dress incident. And you won't believe what Cat dropped. Turns out he had to pass up on some fat contracts too, all because they came with strings attached. "I've had to turn down $50 million four times just to protect my integrity in that virgin hole I was telling you about, right? Because P. Diddy be wanting the body, and you gotta tell him no. You gotta tell him no. I did see. I got the receipts for everything I'm telling you. That's why I can say them so freely." But Cat didn't stop there. He also claimed that Martin Lawrence tried to put him in his first dress for Big Mama's house. And when Cat shut that down, Brandon T. Jackson swooped in and took the role. Circling back to Terrence Howard, reports recently surfaced suggesting that the whole dress controversy was one of the main reasons he turned his back on Hollywood. Let me catch you up on the latest interview with Terrence. When asked about the rumors that he was axed from Iron Man 2 due to anger issues and being uncooperative on set, Terrence shut that down real quick. He made it crystal clear that he wasn't about to let Hollywood bosses dictate what a black man should look like on screen. According to Terrence, black actors are being pressured to adopt a more effeminate vibe if they want to make it big in the industry. He said, "My daddy taught me never to take the vertebrae out of your back or the base out of your throat. I ain't raising sheep, I raise men. Stay a man." He pointed out that in today's world, the more successful men are, the more they're expected to embrace an androgynous image. In another recent interview with Revolt, Terrence doubled down on his stance. He expressed his belief that Hollywood has a problem with strong black men, suggesting that only white men are allowed to be both strong and non-threatening simultaneously. Terrence felt that black men are often demonized and constrained into fitting certain narratives, while white men are given more leeway to express their masculinity. He emphasized, "I don't want to remove a few chromosomes to fit into someone's story." Terrence advocated for expanding storytelling to allow men to be men while simultaneously appreciating women's beauty. He urged for a shift in Hollywood's approach to masculinity, encouraging a more inclusive and authentic portrayal of diverse identities. In any case, Terrence has also been making headlines following his defense of Taraji P. Henson after she allegedly got blackballed by Oprah for speaking out about the pay inequality in Hollywood and the awful treatment she received while filming The Color Purple. So it seems Terrence and Oprah have been quietly beefing for years. Rumor has it that Terrence spilled the beans about their secret relationship, and Oprah wasn't too pleased about it. Some say Oprah even put the brakes on Terrence's career after that. Now, Terrence thinks Oprah's pulling the same move on Taraji. There's word from a source saying Oprah and the folks behind The Color Purple were thinking of giving Taraji the cold shoulder. They blamed her for the movie's flop, saying her rants messed things up at the box office. But Terrence isn't standing for it. He's speaking up to defend Taraji against these accusations. A close source to Terrence spilled the tea, saying he was furious when he heard about this because he knew Oprah was going to blackball Taraji. He's not having it. He wants Oprah to back off from blacklisting Taraji, or he's gonna spill the beans. And let me tell you, folks were shaken when they heard this because Terrence and Oprah were rumored to have a little thing going back in 2013 when they both starred in The Butler. Terrence even went as far as talking about how much he enjoys kissing Oprah's lips and that he loved all of their intimate moments moments together. He said, "No, what me and Oprah shared, we looked into each other's eyes and there was, I saw the little girl in her. I didn't see, the veneer of Oprah that everybody else has lifted her to. And that's the problem. Even we do that with a lot of celebrities. We forget that they're human beings, and it's been a long time since someone had looked at her like a woman, because everybody, and amen, you put that on her. Amen, no, she put that on me, did she? She opened up and showed me the woman Oprah, and not the mystique Oprah. And it was the most beautiful thing I've done in my life." At the time, this allegedly made Oprah super mad because she tries to keep her image as clean as possible. Ever since then, Oprah and Terrence have been really salty with each other. A lot of people are now speculating that Terrence probably got a lot of tea about Oprah from the time that they used to be a thing, and he won't think twice about revealing it if she doesn't call off her plans of blackballing Taraji. But you know what's wild? This isn't the first time he's had to go toe-to-toe with Oprah. Back when Monique was speaking up about Oprah, Tyler Perry, and Lee Daniels blacklisting her, Terrence had her back. What's even more surprising is that he was still on the TV show Empire, which Lee Daniels was running. So he was sticking his neck out for Monique, even though it could have put his job at risk. He basically said Monique had every right to call out Oprah, Tyler, and Lee Daniels for how they treated her, and he was fully behind her.
She's got an Oscar from it, and she's still an amazing actor and amazing comedian.
So no hard feelings?
No, it shouldn't be.
In any case, 50 Cent has also been defending all these actors who are being blackballed by Oprah and her crew. For starters, last year, 50 Cent said he launched a campaign to help revive Monique's acting career and recalled a private conversation he had with Tyler Perry in defense of the Oscar-winning actress. The hip-hop mogul appeared on Big Boy's Neighborhood in January last year, where he addressed Monique's casting in Season 2 of his Stars series BMF and how he helped reignite her career after claims of being blackballed by Lee Daniels, Oprah Winfrey, and Tyler Perry. While addressing cancel culture, 50 recalled confronting Perry about the role he played in Monique not getting cast in any major roles.
I was like, canceled, like Monique, why is she canceled?
The rapper then spoke about how Tyler Perry never stood by Monique as she was getting canceled. He said,
And he was like, nah, I never told no one not to work with her. And I said, but you Tyler Perry, and you never told anyone to work with her.
50 expressed his confusion about why Mo was out of work for 13 years because of something she said. What also shocked 50 more is the fact that Monique spent over a decade calling out Lee Daniels, Oprah Winfrey, and Tyler Perry over claims they worked together to blackball her for not doing promotional press for the 2009 film Precious. In another instance, 50 Cent recently heard Taraji P. Henson detail firing her team after not capitalizing on Empire, and he had one message: let's get it. Hitting Instagram, 50 wrote, "They dropped the ball, F them Taraji, I'm ready to work." Henson revealed a massive shakeup that she made to her team after the conclusion of Empire. According to Henson, a Cookie spinoff was supposed to happen, and when it didn't, she cleared house. The reveal came after Variety's Angelique Jackson asked about her best business decision. "Firing everybody after Cookie," Henson responded. "Everybody had to effing go. Where is my deal? Where's my commercial? Cookie was at the top of the fashion game. Where is my endorsement? What did you have set up for after this? That's why you all haven't seen me in so long. They had nothing set up. All they wanted was another Cookie show." She added, "I said I'll do it, but it has to be right. The people deserve, she's too beloved for y'all to F it up. And so when they didn't get it right, I was like, well, that's it, and they had nothing else. You're all effing fired. It took me years to get there. You are the prize. Don't you ever forget that. You are the talent. You are their check. Don't ever forget that. They work for you. If they are not, somebody else will do it. I stayed with the same team for years." Anyway, 50 later doubled down on his proposition to Taraji. "Someone called me today thinking I was BSing about working with Taraji till I told them what I made Stars pay Mary J. Blige to be on Ghost. I ain't out here effing around," 50 wrote on Instagram. In any case, fans are happy with 50 Cent for offering a second opportunity for black actors who are chewed and spit out by the industry once they refuse to conform to its standards. Anyway, that's it for this video, folks. Bye.